Okay, what's up? Peace to the people. Hopefully this thing is going good. Let me get a mic check. Peace to everybody that's going to come in this discussion. This is a special moment. Peace to North Carolina in the house. Brother OMNIS. We're going to talk about knowledge. We're going to talk about spirituality. Alright, so bro, talk to the people, man. I want to say thanks. So I got to link up with this brother. This brother traveled 2 hours to come see me here so we can have this discussion. We've been following each other, connecting up with each other on Facebook for the last, what?
At least 3 years.
3 years. 3 years. Okay, yo.
Yeah, at least that.
I've been loving what the brother has been doing. It's nice when I see people just doing their best to do something for society the way they can. I saw the picture with you and your son. That's your son or your daughter?
I did recently just have a little baby girl. So.
Oh, baby girl?
Yeah,
man. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I appreciate it. Yeah, appreciate
wow, that's what's up, man. Talk to the people about yourself. Give them some information, some knowledge, or whatever. Where you stand at, what you believe in, or what you trust in, or how you feel about, you know, reality in general. So we can get to know who you are.
Also, I'm brother OMNIS for you guys who didn't get that in the beginning. So I'm an independent researcher of natural sciences. Okay, also into critical thinking and just reading and comprehension and using my own mind. You know, so. I'm really not big on credentials, but my work is of great quality.
So where do you live at, bro? Where you at? Where you stationed at?
I'm out of Raleigh, North Carolina.
Shout out to Raleigh, North Carolina in the building.
Yeah.
What up?
I already know, fam.
So my question is this. Knowledge, just knowledge in general. What do you think knowledge and spirituality, what do you think, what is that?
Knowledge is, you know, just being aware of something or someone or something.
Okay.
And spirituality is just dealing with energy. So being knowledgeable of energy, I'm a naturalist, so I deal with natural sciences. So that's my area of study.
People in general are starting to gravitate towards certain religions. You know, I see people are starting to become Hebrew. People are starting to become, you know, they're wearing monks and they're, you know, wearing different things or wearing kufis. Three fundamental keys that a society should run upon.
Well, I would say knowledge should be first. Knowledge should be first because...
You say Gnosticism, though. We say
Gnosticism meaning knowledge.
Okay, all right, break this down. Because this is the first principle of the three, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so give me Gnosticism in your perspective of it.
Well, a Gnosticist has a spiritual belief system that is based upon knowledge.
Okay.
Versus the religious belief system, which will be based upon faith, which is belief. So that's the polar opposite of a knowledge-based system.
Okay.
So those are both spiritual systems, but you have one spiritual system that is faith-based, and the other one that is knowledge-based. So I believe, like, knowing a person will, you know...
let's go, come on.
Like,
Let's go.
Knowing a person will get you better results.
All right.
In predicting future potential outcomes. You know certain things about them. What gets them angry. You know what makes them smile. You know, so if we become familiar with nature and aware of nature in that instant, and we could live a more prosperous life and a more prosperous existence. So instead of praying and hoping that God make things go away, how about just studying chemistry and studying biology and approaching it from a knowledge perspective and saying that, okay, this is the way that things work in creation. The ability to fix things on our own. God is like a parent to me, the creator. I'm the creator of my children. And so as a parent, I want my children to grow up and develop and have the tools to equip them for what they're going to face in life. When we had knowledge of the way that things work, then we can get the cause and effect that we desire at will. The second one would probably need to be unity. Okay. Unity is very important.
So would love be at the center point of unity? I mean, when you say unity, I just want to know what this, in reference to what you mean by that, bro.
I mean, by unity is understanding that creation is systematic. Like we have solar system.
Okay.
You know, we have a bodily system. You know what I'm saying? We have, you know, so I feel like when you just look at creation in general, you can get your answers from just observing nature, observing the way that things are structured in creation. You can get answers from that. Not just literally reading from the Bible, but just watching the way that creation designs things. You know what I'm saying? So in that aspect, I feel like unity would be very important.
And we can't find our peace.
Right.
You know what I mean? So give me the third principle that comes with a society, to be balanced.
And third would just be so knowledge, unity, and just structure and order. And the structure and order would come from your knowledge of the natural laws. So, you know, we have a man-made positive law, but there's also a natural law. You feel me? And that's based on the scientific laws of nature. You know? Okay. So I know we have the 42 books of mind, which are the 42 negative confessions, you know, from the Meta Nature and the Kemetic Egyptians. And then you have your 10 Commandments from Moses. Okay. Which is, they're similar, you know, but they're created at different points in time.
You think those stories are real? Or as just certain stories, like biblical stories? What stories you think are real as opposed to not real, that are biblical stories? Because, you know, some people would link, like let's say Moses, they would link him with Thutmose III. You know what I mean, of ancient Egypt and his conquest. Do you think some of the characters of the Bible are, you know, fairy tale or real? Do you think certain characters are fake or certain characters are real? What characters do you think are real or not real, if you do think they're real?
Most of the characters in the Bible are made based upon another individual, another character, from another point in time. So it's a revision of, you know, an older story. Okay. That's how I see that. Okay. So
they on that. Jamila pumps hearts on that. Thank you, Sister Jamila. She pumping hearts. Come on, keep on flowing with it, bro.
Yeah. So I feel like that's pretty much like the Bible is ancient revised literature. You know, when you look at the fact that the hieroglyphica, which is known to be the world's oldest writing system, which is a ideogram or a pictogram.
Yeah, it is.
The ideogram is
I get what you're saying.
Illustrations, depictions, and illustrations void of words and phrases. So it's a symbolic system. So it's not a literal system. So when you're reading and trying to interpret the Bible, you can never accurately interpret the Bible reading literally, because the system is grafted from a symbolic system.
Okay.
The hieroglyphic is the oldest recorded writing system.
Okay.
So if we did have an original Bible, it would come from the people with the oldest writing system. So some humans were made and revised after other humans that was in the Bible, and then you have situations to where you have a human being symbolically representative of a celestial body.
So, do you believe in hell, heaven? Do you believe in heaven or hell?
Well, when it comes to heaven, I mean, I think of it just like the above. Like, actually, when you look up the definition of heavenly body, you know what I'm saying? Like, you'll see, like, it's synonyms like the earth, you feel me? The moon, the galaxy, the stars.
I can relate to that.
You feel me? So
I can relate to
people
that.
don't really look at those things as like as the actual heavens. But, you know, the heavens is supposed to be the above, you know, but people, we look above, but we see those things and we don't really have much knowledge of it. But we based on religion and the way that religion teaches us to believe, you know, we ignore those things. We've become disconnected from heaven, you know. Like if you think of some of the new religions, they're not incorporating astrology. Astrology is found in some of the Eastern esoteric systems. You know what I'm saying? So astrology is African, you know, but when we look at some of the modern systems, why we're not seeing astrology like it today?
See more astronomy than astrology nowadays. I mean, with the system, all things considering that we got satellites and stuff to measure these things. It's more astronomy than astrology.
It's
figuratively speaking.
It's similar, but it's technically not the same.
Okay.
But one thing is they're doing it unnaturally. You know, they're doing it with machines. You know, they don't have a natural connection and affinity to the universe. You know what I'm saying? You know, I go outside and I stargaze, I sun gaze, you know what I'm saying, on a regular basis.
Okay.
And I don't have a lot of equipment, you know, and money to do all that they be doing, but, you know, it's just something that I just do, you know, naturally, you know. So I feel like spirituality should be something that's natural, you know. Living organisms in nature don't need a book to show them how to be what they're created to be, you know. It's just either you're that or you're not. So, you know, I feel like a lot of black people are just taking on the concepts of the colonizer, the culture of the colonizer.
Who do you consider to be the colonizer to be? That's something.
The colonizer is individuals who are not native to the land genetically.
Okay. I get that.
Genetically.
I think a lot of people ask these questions. You know, they ask these questions amongst themselves. They ask these questions to other people, or they seek to find the answers to the questions that I asked you. And then, figuratively speaking, everybody has their own, you know, road to travel to get to their destination of happiness, or to a point where they're confident within their reality to be at peace. You know what I mean? So, you know, I just wanted to get a general synopsis of how you feel about things. How do you feel about what's going on right now? What do you think? I don't really want to say that word, man. I told people that follow the movement. Shout out to Carlos. I see you in here, brother Carlos. Yeah, what's up? I see you, bro. You know, I told people I don't even feel like saying the word no more, that virus word no more. I don't feel like saying that. It's been a nuisance, and it's literally been a viral tag that has haunted and daunted the whole world, literally affected the world. So, you know, my question is, how you think we should move forward, and what is the next hustle? How are we going to get our money?
Well, it's kind of like a trick question because based on my knowledge,
how are we going to survive, man? It's getting deep. You can go to the store right now. Look, listen, they don't even got no toilet paper in the stores, man. They are tripping right now. They're doing, they are wilding out to the point where, if you notice, before you speak, bro, my fault. Listen, if you notice, like the stores are running out of food down here. They running out of fresh food. We're not even getting fresh food no more. So it's coming to the point like, when is enough is enough? Everybody's scared of this coronavirus. I didn't even want to say the word, but daggone, you know what I'm talking about. Listen, man, you know how it's going down.
Please.
I don't know, nah, I'm just joking, but I'm dead serious. We went in the store and they didn't have no toilet paper. Like, people was like, no tomorrow. Like, they're going to eat the toilet paper. Like, toilet paper somehow going to get them out of the matrix. All right? But it's getting scary, too, because I saw the food. A lot of the food wasn't fresh. So that's another thing that's playing with everybody's life right now. So my question is, I'm going to be networking. But please, I mean, we right here, the people right there, explain to the people how we should move forward. How we got children, we got families that are watching. We got people that are doing their best to maintain, and that are pinching pennies and trying to figure it out. Lord knows. But give us something, my brother.
Individuals should learn 10 native plants in their local region to where they live, okay? In a dire need situation to where you can't get a hold of food, all right? You can collect rainwater, all right? You can consume plant matter. Plant matter has vitamins, it has nutrients, it's alive, it has radiation, and it can be of nutrients to your body in a dire need situation. Okay, so there are things that we can do and precautions that we can take, but pretty much the ultimate message is we have to separate from the domestication of mankind. All right, we have to return back to nature, black people. All right, and that's the ultimate message. Is being the natural people. You know, nature favors us in many ways, you know, not just having melanin, but in many other ways, okay? And nature speaks on behalf of our people, and that's what's going on right now. Every 57 seconds, a European dies from melanoma skin cancer, all right? When we have global warming and climate change going on, where the environment is changing and becoming hostile for certain individuals who can't handle high temperate environments, all right? And that's what's happening. We have CO2, carbon dioxide emissions going up in the atmosphere. The Arctic ice sheets are melting. You know, there's a lot of things going on the planet, but that we need to be aware of, okay? But anyway, the powers that be are aware of things that most black people don't even think of, okay? So they see it coming, but we don't. But what I'm telling you is that you should prepare yourself and finding at least 10 native plants to your local region where you live in a dire need situation and learn how to collect rainwater. And you will survive without man.
Go!
So, and I've actually tried it before. I've eaten like straight plant matter, like I'm saying, straight off the tree. And I'm good. I'm liking it.
Keep on going, bro.
Yeah.
So you said we should know how many plants, local plants.
Try to discover at least 10 native plants to which
I like that.
And another thing, the closer you are to the equator, the further you go down south, the more of an abundant selection you will have of plants to
they heart too on that too. They throwing the hearts. They loving what you talking about on that. Keep on, bro.
Yeah, facts.
Shabaya Carey, she really said yes.
Yeah, facts. Appreciate that, family.
Shabaya said, I've been trying to tell people, go hard, bro.
Yeah,
keep on going.
So the whole narrative when it comes down to politics and education and with black people is modern science is big on unnaturalism. So that's the whole motive. individuals who have a vendetta against nature due to, you know, the stigma of not being, I guess, biochemically compatible with nature, not having melanin, and that's what the whole.
That's not a question for you, though. This is deep, though.
You can still be. There's different levels of melanin. I wanted to say that too.
Yeah,
still
I was going to say that because everybody in the planet has melanin, bro.
That's true. That's true. But this is the difference. There's certain individuals, according to the ABO blood group study, which was discovered by Carl Landstein in 1934. Okay, he discovered the difference between blood groups when conducting a series of experiments between the rhesus monkey and a rabbit. Okay, so he wanted to see if he could successfully transfuse the blood of a monkey into a rabbit. Okay. And when he tried that, it killed him. Okay. So it killed the rabbit because they had a difference in genetic sequencing.
Okay.
Okay, so that's what the whole blood grouping thing is about. Your blood group is based upon your chemical, cellular, and chromosomal composition. So that's dealing with genetics. So what I'm trying to say is that according to the ABO blood group study, there are Rh negatives and Rh positives.
That's right.
RH
Steve was you were scared. Go with him. See,
yeah,
I'm following you.
Yeah, so Rh negative. So Rh is an acronym for rhesus.
That's right.
And it's termed after a species of primate indigenous to Eurasia. Okay. Now they named this genetic marker the rhesus factor because it's commonly found in primate species.
Okay.
But it's also found in the DNA of some modern humans. So how can we make this determination? The determination is made by the presence of antigens and antibodies. So if you have an A blood type, then you have A antigens. If you have B blood type, then you have B antigens. If you have AB blood type, you have A and B antigens. Okay? So if you have antigens, you have genetic markers that is from Neanderthal ancestry. Okay? So that means that those individuals do not have organic DNA. Okay? Their DNA has been genetically altered or genetically modified. And you can go to my channel and look at my video, De-Evolution, Genetic Mutation, De-Evolution, and I go into explanation about genetic modification. All right? And how that whole sequence of event comes about, okay? But yes, so these individuals have a vendetta against nature and the natural people. All right? The Bible, with people who are religious, they refer to it as the chosen people. So I ask religious people sometimes, why do that's in the Bible that black people are the chosen people? What makes us chosen? And what makes us different from other groups of humans is that we don't have Neanderthal genetic marker. So you can be a little light pigmented and be melanated, but I have Neanderthal genes. If you have Neanderthal genes, you will have cell structure, function, okay, that is associated with the
It's black people with my fault, bro. It's black. It's my fault. It's melanated, or if you want to, whatever. You got dark people of a darker hue that still have the Neanderthal gene in them, bro. What do you say about that?
So that's what they teach according to mainstream science, but according to 11th grade biology, it's called genotype-phenotype transcription. Genotype meaning gene type, which is your blood type. Phenotype meaning physical type, which is the physical observable characteristics and traits. It's dealing with genetic expression. So you cannot have individuals who have a certain appearance have different genetic information. If you have a similar appearance, then you have similar genetic information. So mainstream science is not even keeping it real. It comes down to the science of gene expression. That's not to ever get confused. DNA are biological ingredients, genetic formulas, okay? It's like a mathematical equation. That's how genes work. So all black people are of the same blood type. All Asians are of the same blood type. All Europeans are of the same blood type, according to genotype, phenotype, transcription. All right? So don't allow European education to deceive you when it comes to your African ancestry.
You know what I mean? As a part of what you represent, of what you stand for. But I asked you a question about, you know, what we should do in reference to, you know, what's going on, the mayhem that's going on. How should we move forward? And one of the things that you said that was interesting to me is that you said you should know plants that are in your immediate environment. All right? So give me a couple plants. I'll give you a couple plants that I studied that are healthy for you for certain medicinal purposes. And you share a couple plants with me that you know, and maybe we can, you know, help the people in a certain way. Okay?
Okay, well, you gotta most definitely want to make sure that it's not a hybrid plant.
Okay.
Okay, because hybrid plants are not organic.
Okay.
So they're acidic based. So you gotta make sure that.
Okay, these strawberries, so you got a problem with that? I mean, this is on the land, they got strawberries on the land.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, they might be good. They seem good to me. But you most definitely got to check behind.
I got blackberries.
Yeah.
These things grew up in my backyard.
Okay.
I grew up with blackberries.
Okay.
To keep it real. For all the people that eat these joints, you already know.
That's what it is.
Right? I grew up with blackberries in my backyard. I'm sorry I'm tearing these things up. I was kind of thirsty.
Hey, brother.
From talking. But, okay. But give me some stuff.
Dandelion.
Dandelion.
Dandelion root. Wild onion. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can eat the leaves from a pine tree.
Okay.
Yeah, just don't eat the pine cone.
Okay.
And find some type of way to collect rainwater. Rainwater is the most natural.
So what about
to
fishing?
drink water.
I dig that. I do that. I didn't did that for 3 months. Rainwater.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna keep it real. Like our first 90-day water fast, I started off where I was drinking bottled water, but when I went and took my initiation, my native ancestors, the ones that initiated, told me that I cannot bring bottled water in there. This is a bottled up spirit. They looked at this as a form of a watered down version of how you can connect with the ancestors. You know what I mean? So they made me gather.
It's a capsule in plastic. So that would be.
You're not even really. Men are not really supposed to drink out of plastic.
Yeah,
anyway.
exactly.
Men in general.
Not just men, but anybody who has organic biochemistry.
Yeah. No. I'll give you a couple plants that I bang with.
Yeah. What's that?
A couple plants that we bang with as a part of the movement. All right. One of them happens to be the birch tree and the yew tree. Okay. Now the birch tree is normally the tree that you see sheds. Now it also is a beta-SEI, or more or less it has nuts and stuff like that comes from the birch tree. It's many forms of birch trees. You know what I'm saying? So like when you eating nuts and most of the maple you know, syrup and stuff like that comes naturally from a tree, those are birch type of trees.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I said, nuts that grow naturally from trees and stuff like that, that's a form of birch. Okay. Okay?
Yeah, I've heard of birch trees.
Yes, sir. And it's good for women for their breasts. You know, it deals with, the doctors also utilize this tree, the bark and the roots of the tree, to treat breast cancer. You know what I'm saying? So it's a preventative measure for women for breast cancer, because it actually increases the circulatory bloodstream to flow within the breast. All right, because the heart is next to the breast. So, my fault, yeah, I'm so blowing up. Anyhow, that's why they kind of utilize. That's one of the reasons why they utilize the birch tree. But it's many reasons. It's many medicinal purposes for it. All right, that's one tree that we utilize as a part of the family. Another one is the yew tree. Okay, it's cool. A yew tree is like the trees normally they shape. All right,
Okay.
they can shape those trees a lot of times with just so you can visualize what I'm talking about. In most cases, they're little small leaves. They got little small leaves like that look like arrows. All right.
Okay.
Now you don't eat these like you wouldn't eat the yew tree so much like how you would eat certain birch tree, because the birch tree, like I said, is certain forms of them. You got some birch trees that produce nuts, and certain birch trees that perform like some form of nuts. But you got other birch trees that bring forth some form of syrup. That comes from it too. So, but as far as the yew tree, it has a total medicinal purpose to it, and it's very bitter, very, 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 very bitter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, essentially, like I said, they utilize that for ovarian cancer, like women that have ovarian cancer or problems with their uterus, or they want the blood to flow within their down their uterus, or with their vagina. You don't get right. Yes, also. Thank you. I'll put a visible of a bird tree and like you know what I mean? There's a trouble thing. One of the things that is the visible purpose of the yew tree. So I'll put that in the comment a little bit. Let me see if I can look at that valve. See if we can get that popping. I don't know if it's. I'll put a little bit of that in the comment section for y'all. Can you push enter on that, bro? Thank you. There you go, y'all. Boom. And I'll put some other municipal purposes of the birch tree. Municipal purposes of the birch tree. I'll put that.
Here is some information for what are birch trees used for. According to Wikipedia, birch sap can be used to make birch syrup, which is used like maple syrup for pancakes and waffles. Birch wood can be used to smoke foods. Birch seeds are used as leaf litter in miniature terrain models.
Thank you. Thank you, Google lady. She was really on point, wasn't she? Where's she when I need to get to my destination? Push enter on there, bro. So I put some stuff from the yew tree and birch tree. Like I said, this is a tribal thing. You know, my tribe is the Walu. You know, and affectionately, everybody is a part of my tribe, bro, including yourself. You know, this is Turtle Island. This is our home. We call this Utla, or Atlantis, they call it. But that's where the word Atlantis from. It's from the word Utla. It's the same place that the OMNI call home away from home, or vacation place. All right? So, yeah, when you said learning the trees and stuff of the land, I think that was very important to me. And that touched me when I asked you that question about what should we do, you know, considering what's going on right now.
Yeah, most definitely. We most definitely want to be as aware as possible, man. I mean, that's only to your advantage. I mean, you know what I'm saying? The more you know, the better. The better your chances, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, yeah, that's the motion.
That's what's up. So, let me ask, this getting real, they don't have the heart. Thank you, everybody. I really appreciate that. Shout out to Melka in the building. I see you in here, Queen. Peace to everybody that's supporting. Shout out to Sammy. Thank you, everybody that's supporting right now, throwing up the hearts. This is a very good conversation. Very good conversation. And, you know, iron sharpening iron, bro. Iron sharpening iron. And I'm feeling good that, you know, I can sit here with you, and, you know, just your mindset is something that I can work with. I can build, you know what I'm saying? Because it reminds me of myself and what I'm striving to do with success and with peace and with happiness and so forth. You know, essentially, I feel as though we all have the pieces to this puzzle that we're looking for to make it complete.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's why I ask you, when I ask you questions, you know, I sit here humble and I listen, more or less, because I really want to know not only what makes you tick, I want to know what makes the world tick, bro. You know what I'm saying? That really means something.
Yeah, people think matter too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely, is part of the equation, more or less. Anybody got any questions? Also, for the people that are watching the broadcast, if you have any questions, you know, for the brother OMNIS, please put it in the comment section. Shout out to Sister Precious Diamante. Thank you, Queen. I see you in the watch party commenting. You know, we only can see the Facebook Live right here. We can't see the comments on the watch party. But I saw it pop up on one of the screen on here. Shout out to Sister Raquisha. Peace to everybody that's supporting the movement. So let me ask you another question. How do you feel about God, bro? Like, what do you think about what is God? Like, I just want to know. Like, we had a discussion earlier when we was talking about God and so forth, but I would like to expand upon that conversation, get a little bit more deep. All right, so we'll know, you know, what's going on. All right, so how do you feel? What is God?
I mean, as far as God is concerned, most people consider God to be a creator, you know what I'm saying? A disciplinary, a rewarder, you know what I'm saying? And when I think of that, I think of natural things that play big roles in us having life, you know what I'm saying? And when it comes to, you know, physics and the way that things function universally, I feel like we most definitely got to gravitate closer to those things and try to look at those things a little bit different. Somebody trying to hit.
Oh, they blowing you. You on live. You know the feeling.
Yeah, it's all good. But yeah, we most definitely got to, you know, try to be open-minded, you know what I'm saying, as possible. And yeah, man, it's, you know, it's all in your perception. You know what I'm saying? It's all in your perception, brother. That's all I'm saying. It's all in your perception, man.
Oh man, that's what's up.
Yeah, and as far as like perception is just based on what you know. So the more you know, the more your perception.
I'm just saying, what is God though, bro? Like, what is God? Give me a clear answer
to me,
so I can know what God is.
To me, God is not a person. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
God can't be a person. God can be a human, an animal, a plant, a microorganism. It can be a celestial body.
Can God be money? Can God be trust?
God cannot be.
Can somebody God be money?
I mean, you can treat it like God. You can treat it like, you can look at it as a God, but it's not.
Shout out to Ruth. I love you, Ruth. I see you in here.
Hey, you know, hey, it can do some things for you. I most definitely put it like that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you know, God is energy to me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And so I have the polytheistic way of looking at God. I don't look at it in the modern sense like God is just this one human just sitting in the sky. Like, nah, that's not what God is. Like, according to the law of conservation in thermodynamics, it states that energy cannot be created. Energy cannot be destroyed. Energy can only be conserved and transferred.
Shout out to Bryn. There she go. I love you too, Bryn. She's finally in the building. She's from Cali. That's my sister. She be watching. I love you, Bryn. What's up? There she go. She was like, man, I'm always late. Yo, we was all right, so, all right, you said God is what? Come on.
God is energy. Energy cannot be created. Energy cannot be destroyed.
Okay.
Energy can only be conserved and transferred. Conserved cycles of nature, you see how you can have gas, liquid, solid. So you have clouds, rainwater, snow and ice. Snow and ice, rainwater, gas, clouds. You feel me? So we see a cycle even when we look at the path of nature itself, you know, not just reading a book, but just looking at the natural way that things are. You feel me?
Okay.
We can see that there is conservation, which is recycling, and then we see transformation when we see matter take a different form.
Okay.
So that law is not just something, a verse somebody put in the book. You can go outside and do this. So to me, nature is my Bible. You know, nature is my holy Bible, because it's like the strongest. It's like, to me, it's just a very good source for proving validity of something. Like, because I want to be as close to the Creator as possible. Okay. So I don't want the man to manipulate my perception.
Okay.
So I get my concepts directly from nature. Okay. So when I get a scientific understanding, I go out in nature and see if I can witness this. You know what I'm saying? So
Brent, she's throwing the hearts up on it. She's feeling what you're saying. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. So
keep on.
Yeah, that's my way of you know, proving validity of
see that mouse, please.
Yeah. So and I think that's good. You know, that we just learn how to think. Like, my favorite astrophysicist is Neil deGrasse Tyson. He said it empowers you far beyond those who know what to think when you know how to think. So in a lot of situations, people have been programmed what to think, and their minds are not working. So we don't know how to think.
Yo, what do you think about Tobias Morris said the coronavirus is the last layer of the sun? Please address this comment. I don't know. What's going on, Tobias? Come on.
Well,
I bang with you and everything, but come on. Shout out to Natasha. I see you in the building. There she go. There she go. Look, my question is, Tobias, I asked somebody to put something in the comment section of the question. Tobias said the coronavirus is the last layer of the sun. We're going to Dougie on that. Am I going to Dougie on it for real, or is, I don't know. You want to address that, bro?
Yeah, brother. So as far as the coronavirus is concerned,
what do you mean the last layer of the sun, though? I'm trying to figure that out.
When it comes to physics, heat finally purifies. So when we cook, we apply heat, right, to purify, right? When you want to get alkaline water, what do you do? Reverse osmosis, they got to put the laser to it. They got to apply heat to it.
Shout out to Sister Samantha. You came in the building. I see you. Love you. Thank you. Go ahead, brother. Ashe.
So yeah, so it's impossible for the sun to interact with anything that's impure without I guess, destruction of that biological entity or organism. You know what I'm saying? So when you think of sun, that's due to toxicity. When you think of sun, when you think of leaf scorch, because it happens to plants. It happens from hybrid plants. Like you got hybrid heat. So a hybrid plant develop leaf scorch. Okay, so impure matter.
You hear that, Tobias? Tobias, he's going in on it. Go ahead, bro.
Impure matter cannot interact with high levels of radiation, you know, without like being destroyed. You know what I'm saying? The coronavirus actually has is radiation. You know what I'm saying? So regions of the planet that are more temperate are less likely to develop, the coronavirus. Or individuals, contract the coronavirus. And if you do contract it, which I haven't seen too many cases where black people are getting it. I've seen.
I mean, come on. The dudes that play for the Utah Jazz, what's his name? They do.
See, now they have, you know, that came in,
that played in the wire saying he got the coronavirus. You posted it. You posted it. I saw you post. Yeah.
He said that he had, but I don't believe it. I don't
You
believe
posted that on Facebook.
Yeah,
I saw you post.
I don't believe it, bro. I don't believe it. That's just.
I follow you on Facebook. Y'all thinking I don't follow y'all. Like, oh, man, don't be watching my shit.
Yeah.
I be stalking the hell out of everybody.
Yeah.
Real talk. I be trying to see how everybody tick in a certain sort of way, just so I can figure things. But you know, I saw that, bro, and you know.
Yeah, bro, that's not real, bro. Like, because look, when you in court, bro, like they not even gonna accredit what you're saying unless you have documents, bro.
Hold up. Tobias said, they need to hide, run from the new virus. It turned 4D on them. That's deep.
Yeah, I think the coronavirus is really just an attempt to disguise what's really happening. And what we're doing is no warming and climate change. I don't know if many people know, but there was a treaty, the Paris Agreement, that was signed, I believe, in 2015, if I'm not mistaken. It was signed by 200 nations.
Okay.
And the Paris Agreement was dealing with climate change, stopping climate change, and coming up with ways to keep the climate from heating. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So this is big. You know what I'm saying? It's 200 nations around the world. They feel like this is very political. You know what I'm saying?
My fault.
Yeah. So in 2000 and
my fault.
So anyway, there was an article I seen that was published, and I'll get the scoop on it for you guys that need it or not. But I seen that saying pretty much that they wanted to try to limit the carbon emissions to 90% by year 2020.
Okay.
And here we are in year 2020, and now they're up here talking about the coronavirus. You feel me? So they have 4 years to, apply that Paris Agreement.
She sounds terrible. We start breaking up. Everybody coming in too. If it's glitching a little bit, you know why it's glitching. You know why it's glitching.
Might be them agents, bro.
Them agents. Everybody coming in when it start glitching. I want y'all to pay attention to that too, for the people that support. Yeah, we just chilling, and we just real talk. Everybody, shout out to Sunday. I see you. Yeah, real talk.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, go ahead, Ken.
So, so climate change is a very big political matter.
Okay.
And I'm saying worldwide. So what's happening is the environment is becoming radioactive. Okay. So I don't know if you guys are really aware of like space weather or whatnot, but the sun has these hibernation states and these active states where it goes into solar flares, coronal mass ejections, and it creates solar winds. And these solar winds carry electromagnetic charged particles.
Go ahead.
And the electromagnetic charged particles pretty much influence people, animals, and plants, okay, and all other biological organisms, okay? So what's wrong, the deal is they want us to stay in the house to keep us away from these electromagnetic charged particles that are radioactive. Now for them, it's biologically dangerous because for one thing, people in European and Asian descent develop melanoma skin cancer and sun poisoning.
It's when people with melanoma
because I've never experienced sun cancer in my life. I'm 32 years old.
Bob Marley died of melanoma, bro.
I don't know. I think he had gangrene on his toe or something.
No, he didn't. He died from his toe.
Okay, I think they said or something.
They said that, but at the same time, it started from his foot.
Okay,
Yeah, melanoma.
so just to address what the brother just said.
I'm
Now, dealing with genes, you can generally inherit traits, right? And then you also can contract sickness and disease inherently from your genes, and you can also contract it by man-made biochemical induction. Okay?
Yeah.
So if you toxify your melanin, you can experience sunburn. You drink sodas, you're drinking coffee every day, you're not drinking water, you know what I'm saying? You don't like vegetables, you don't like fruit. There's plenty of people like that, you feel me? So, and they're black, you feel me? But it's just due to culture and their condition. It was, they came up with whatnot, so they're not used to doing it the natural way. So they, so forgive them for they know not what they do, you feel me? So that's when they're melanin, all right? Black people will not naturally develop sunburn when taking care of their melanin. Melanin is a radioactive biochemical compound that makes up melanocytes, and it's produced through the process of melanogenesis, okay? So photosynthesis is what initiates this process. Sunlight exposure and people with rich melanin, okay? So you can have, like I told the brother, you can have individuals who are, level 10 melanin, level 9, level 8, level 6, and still be 100% human with no Neanderthal DNA. There are tribes. And I forgot the name of it, but I need to get the information for you. But there are African tribes that are 100% African, that are a little bit lighter pigmented. I'm saying color as the brother right here, you know what I'm saying? But they have no Neanderthal DNA in them at all. Pure African. If you have Neanderthal DNA, you will have keratin production. Okay? Keratin is sulfuric biochemical compound that's produced in animals. All right? So individuals who have animal DNA have animal characteristics and traits in their genes. So when you're around an animal that's not of African descent, and you come across like the smell, like, have you ever smelled a wet dog before? Like, smell a wet dog, like, I've experienced that smell from people who were not of African descent. You know what I'm saying? And that's the keratin production. So dogs have keratin too. That's a part of their biology. So when you smell the scent, that's the respiration of the keratin substance. Also, lactose intolerance. I saw the nurse one day, and I was at the doctor with a certified nurse. She said, it's very common that people of African descent are lactose intolerant. Are you lactose intolerant? I told her no. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I'm saying, at the time I like this and stuff like that or whatnot. I really was though, but I just ate it anyway because I liked it. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, it is very common that people of African descent are lactose intolerant. Why are we lactose intolerant? Because we don't have the lactate enzymes that processes and metabolizes lactate. Lactate is produced and as a biochemical result of antigens present in the DNA of cows, which is a mammal. So, that's why black people have that immune reaction, which is lactose intolerance. We don't have those lactate cells in our body that metabolizes animal substances.
Okay.
You feel it? So that's one way to identify you are an indigenous person. You know what I'm saying? You have traits. Black people don't produce hair lice. You feel me? There are other races that produce hair lice. Black people do not.
You don't think hair lice comes from rodents and stuff? Because a lot of times people are in the hood, they catch lice from rodents and stuff.
I've never seen a black person with lice.
I'm originally from Delaware, just living in New York, I don't know how to go.
Well, mice have lice.
Mice have lice.
They have lice.
Carry
But what I'm telling you, there are individuals who internally produce
That's deep.
lice from their lice.
That's deep.
Okay, that's the antigen, which is a DNA marker from Neanderthals present in modern humans, is a parasite cell. So the parasite cells is what produces those the lice microorganisms. So it's coming from the body internally. Like it's not coming from another. What you saying is like somebody in the hood, they're around in the road and get the lice on the counter or something like that.
Somebody actually produce it like a parasite.
Yeah, produce it from their body.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's deep.
so there's ways to determine how to just listen and try to educate us about who we is. There's ways to identify it. So that's what I was saying about just having ways of knowing how to think. You know what I'm saying? And
She said, we got a comment from Sister Bren. She said, dairy milk is poison to the children
facts.
of the sun.
Facts.
She said, dairy milk is poison to the children of the sun. I will heart that.
Facts. No animal DNA in people of African descent. No animal DNA in people of African descent.
So, another question. This is deep because I don't know. People might hit us with some questions, but I'm always curious and to know some things. So with this coronavirus, have you ever seen somebody with it?
Yeah, and I don't know one individual who has the coronavirus. I've heard that there was a case of
have you seen it? Like, so what happened? I just want to know. I need a before and after picture of somebody on the coronavirus.
Not really following up on it like that. They just showing you brief depictions.
They just showing you some colors on a damn map. How people are locked away, quarantined, how they putting people in jail for a couple months. Like the people that were on that boat, how they put them in jail for a couple months. And it still didn't solve anything. Like it was going to totally stop everything, and it didn't.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, real talk. It didn't stop nothing.
They could be disguising the coronavirus though. Like I said, it could be those particles from seeds. You know what I'm saying? But they're saying, oh, stay in the house, coronavirus. So what's in the atmosphere is radioactivity. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you to be exposed to that. Especially for their people, they can be harmed, and for black people, it can, it can influence your genetics.
Oh, that's deep.
You feel me? So,
I don't know. I look at it. I'm cool. I'm cool as a fan. All right, so look, we're gonna go out. This was an interesting build. We've been on here for a good hour and 14 minutes. That's 141. That's 141. If anything that you want to say that you haven't got to say to the people before we go out, more or less as a conclusion to the build, it could be like various different questions, just who you are in general. Thank you everybody pumping the hearts right now. Thank you for everybody up in the bill. What's up? Come on, give people something powerful, bro. Give them a high fire. So they can know who you are, the people that's in right now. Also, can we get a share? Share this video. I'll put the brother's link. in the comment section. I'll do it again. I'll end up putting it in the comment section again. But yeah, bye.
Yeah, man. So as far as black people is concerned, I just feel like we should be open to taking the knowledge spiritual approach versus the belief spiritual approach, because maybe we'll get better results. We've been dealing with a lot of oppression as black people for a long time, and I mean, all right? You can have a natural connection to creation without the book. You can have a natural spiritual connection to creation without the book, all right? And like I said, I pretty much deal with natural sciences. You know, I'm a naturalist, so that's my philosophy as far as divinity is concerned. You know what I'm saying? And I think nature, we have become somewhat disconnected from nature over the past 2,000 years. You know what I'm saying? You know, dealing with colonialism, you know, the mass inside of our people, you know, the land and the resources. You know, we've been dealing with a lot, so we got to come up with solutions, man. And I feel like nature's best approach. You know, when we talk about like when the individual is not taking care of their body and they're toxifying themselves from man-made substances, GMO, things like that, you can potentially develop cancers. You know what I'm saying? Why does that happen? Because you were unnatural. From being unnatural, there was a so you think about like, you know,
Samantha pumping the heart on that.
You know, in the universe, you know, nature has, you know, very important place and a very important role in our experience because it is why we live. It's providing oxygen, providing sunlight to us, keeping the moon spinning around, keeping the planet going around, you know, every day. And I think it should give some acknowledgement to it and just try to stray away from things that are more so mythological and give some credit and some appreciation to the things, to the order that nature has. Like galaxy is a real, you know, organism, is a real being. You know what I'm saying? It's organisms, real beings, play a role in what we're experiencing. Planet, same thing. So it's not just us, but we're part of a larger system. You know what I'm saying? So you can go about just living your own life, doing your own thing, but you can try to operate in your higher self and just function based on the sciences of creation and say, this is a system. Learn how to play my role. You know what I'm saying? In creation. So that's what I'm trying to do, bro. You feel me? Okay? You know, sticking with sciences, and I'm trying to bring scientific and historical literacy to indigenous people. And I feel like independent research and self-education is very key. And, you know, and what we're dealing with the colonizer. You feel me? Because at this point, it can be trusted. You feel me? So we have to stand our beat on our own. We have to, you know, inquire about things on our own. So I'm sorry, I can't, you know, just roll these things like coronavirus stuff that they just putting on media because that's things that's controlled by policy, by politics, money. That's the only reason why you want to see. They ain't gonna let me get up there and say what I gotta say. So, you know, I feel like you know, nature is divinity. You feel me? And that's my message. You know, we are the natural people, and nature speaks on our behalf, and all we got to do is listen. You know, that's science. You know, we have a new 9-degree lunar cycle. You know, and like I said, the lunar cycle was 31 days for over 3,000 years, and within our lifetime, with me just being 32 years old, I've witnessed the moon cycle change 3 times. So that's what I mean by nature speaks. It is a Bible. All you gotta do is just watch the signs. Like you say with your neurology or whatnot. Sometimes I might be going down the highway and I might just see birds. And I count the birds. And it might have the 13, or that's the 9. You know what I'm saying? I say look at nature. You know what I'm saying? Communicating. Yeah,
that's correct.
So it's all